Classics, and today, taking that one off Queen's 78 release, Jazz, Fat Bottom Girls. You can never go wrong with that one. Good morning, it's Jim Moran. I'll be here through the overnight. Coming up this hour, we're going to hear from the Police, Steve Miller Band, REM, some Rush, even the new Metallica off S&M. But first, it's Rob Thomas and the guys from Matchbox 20. Classics, and today, 95 will rock. 95 will rock. Classics, and today the Steve Miller Band, part of this extra long set of rock. Let's keep it going. It's REM off the Man on the Moon soundtrack, The Great Beyond. Classics, and today 95 will rock. 95 will rock. Classics, and today 38 Special, putting the brakes on an extra long set of rock. We also heard from the Steve Miller Band, the Police, Matchbox 20, REM back in there too, new rock from those guys. The Great Beyond, that one comes off the soundtrack for the new Jim Carrey movie, Man on the Moon, story about Andy Kaufman. Hey, speaking of movies, how would you like to be a movie star? Well, how about at least an extra in a movie? Touchstone Pictures is filming a movie called Newport South at the Libertyville High School Brainerd Building, and they're looking for extras. If you're interested, give them a phone call, 847-918-9669. They're looking, I guess, for adults to be in the movie as extras. Give them a phone call. The number again, 847-918-9669. That's for the new movie they're filming at the Libertyville High School Brainerd Building. I know earlier on Friday morning I went down and signed up, but you know what? Even if I make the movie, I still won't be as cool as Brian Sherman. Did you watch Entertainment Tonight on Friday night? They showed his butt. How cool is that? On the way, we're going to hear from Skinner, Tom Petty, even the new Metallica song coming off S&M. That's on the way when 95 will rock. 95 will rock. Classics, and today, Tom Petty, Free Fallin'. You know what I thought that song was called the first time I heard it? Well, I can't really say. Skinner ahead of that. Good morning. It's Jim Moran in through the overnight. Coming up next hour, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Thorogood, AC/DC. Hey, they're coming out with a new album next month. I'll have some more on that coming up. Some REO Speedwagon, Rush. They're going to kick it off next when 95 will rock. 95 will rock. Classics, and today, AC/DC off of Back in Black. You shook me all night long. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Jim Moran with you. Hey, speaking of AC/DC, February 29th, Leap Day, is the day that their next album's scheduled to be released. Stiff Upper Lip is the name of the album. It's the band's 17th album. And the day that hits the record stores, I will own it, and I will own all 17 albums plus their box set. I'm quite a AC/DC fan. On the way this hour, we'll hear from Zeppelin, REO Speedwagon, new rock from Train. But first, it's Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Blue on Black. Classics, and today, 95 will rock. 95 will rock. Classics, and today, Zeppelin, Fool in the Rain. That goes out to Melissa in Zion. Thorogood back in there, too. It's all part of this extra long set of rock. No need to stop now. Let's keep it going. It's new rock from Train. I Am. Classics, and today, 95 will rock. 95 will rock. Classics, and today, Riding the Storm Out with REO Speedwagon. Train ahead of that. Putting the brakes on an extra long set of rock. Don't worry, we've got more on the way, including the Black Crowes, Judas Priest, The Doors, and Gary Hoey's cover of Pink Floyd's Money. I love that song. It's all on the way next when 95 will rock. 95 will rock. Classics, and today, the Crows, Hard to Handle. Judas Priest ahead of that. It's Jim Moran in through the overnight. On the way still, The Doors, Gary Hoey, his cover of Pink Floyd's Money. Roger Waters, by the way, of Pink Floyd, will be on tour again this summer in the United States during June and July. No word yet if he's coming to the Chicago or Milwaukee area, but we will keep you posted. On the way next hour, some Creed, Pat Benatar, Free, the Dave Matthews Band. It's all on the way next when 95 will rock. 95 will rock. Classics, and today, Aerosmith tracking back to 74. Train kept a rolling. Kind of like this extra long set of rock. Let's keep it rolling with Creed. Classics, and today, 95 will rock. 95 will rock. Classics, and today, Free, part of this extra long set of rock. We're going to still keep it going. Dave Matthews Band. This one goes out to my buddy Brian in Libertyville this morning. Ants Marchin'. Classics, and today, 95 will rock. 95 Will Rock classics, and today the Jake Isles Band. What a classic. Going back to 1981, Centerfold. What a fun song. Dave Matthews Band ahead of that. It's Jim Moran in Through the Overnight. On the way, I've got some information about how you could be in the movies. Touchstone Pictures is in Libertyville shooting a movie, and I've got some information about how you could possibly be an extra in the movie. That plus some Pink Floyd, Shannon Curfman, and some Van Halen too. 95 Will Rock classics, and today the 14-year-old phenom Shannon Curfman, true friends. Johnny Lang, by the way, playing lead guitar on that track. Good morning, it's Jim Moran in Through the Overnight. How the heck are you doing? Hey, would you like to be in movies? Well, tell you what, Touchstone Pictures is in Libertyville shooting a movie at the Libertyville High School Brainerd building. Maybe you've seen them out with their camera trucks and stuff. Well, tell you what, they're looking for extras for the movie called Newport South. They're looking for adult extras. If you're interested, give them a phone call, 847-918-9669. On the way, an extra long set of rock, including Tonic, the Eagles, Billy Squier, Van Halen. They're going to kick it off next with 95 Will Rock. 95 Will Rock classics, and today some Rush from 1980 going out to Lake Geneva this morning. Thanks for listening, Cheryl. On the way still to come this hour, Billy Squier, Days of the New, some Zeppelin, Journey, Semisonic, in this band, Tonic. New rock from these guys, Knock Down Walls classics, and today 95 Will Rock. 95 Will Rock classics, and today Billy Squier, Lonely is the Night. That comes off his 81 release, Don't Say No, which, by the way, is one of my prized possessions. Great album. Eagles ahead of that, as well as Tonic. It's all part of this extra long set of rock. Let's keep it going. Days of the New, off Days of the New too. It's Enemy classics, and today 95 Will Rock. 95 Will Rock classics, and today Zeppelin putting the brakes on an extra long set of rock, Good Times, Bad Times, which brings to mind Michael Jordan. Man, we had a lot of good times with him, and some bad times too, if you could remember that far back to about 84 or so. Anyways, what's this? Jordan is now going to be running the Washington Wizards. What's going to happen when they come play the Bulls? It's going to be like watching an ex-girlfriend make out with some new guy. Going to be weird. Days of the New ahead of that. It's Jim Moran in Through the Overnight. I'm out of here at 6. Nathan the Cartoon Kid starts up then. But before he gets in, we're going to get to some Journey, Semisonic, and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, plus some more. Stick around. 95 Will Rock. 95 Will Rock classics, and today Semisonic. That's delicious. I won't go there. Journey ahead of that. It's Jim Moran stepping out the door. Nathan the Cartoon Kid is up at 6 o'clock. It's been a lot of fun, but don't worry, on the way before Nathan gets in, we're going to get to some Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I think I'll try and squeeze in some Oleander too. It's on the way next with 95 Will Rock.